Unical Radio International, Entertainment 360, Edutainment 360, Infotainment 360. We smile like that.
All right, beautiful good morning to you, Malabites and Malabrests. This is actually a special media briefing with a one-time Deputy Vice-Chancellor Administration, Professor Michael Okom, who is actually now the incumbent Director of the Alumni Directorate. Professor, good. So I would actually want to use this medium to say the congratulations for your appointment. So, sir, how has it been so far being the Director of Alumni?
Well, I'm unfamiliar terrain because when I was Dean, and I also know that Alumni had donated quite an enormous amount of books while I was Dean. So I'm very familiar terrain, as I said. And before I became Dean, I knew that the alumni were a very critical segment of the university community.
Okay.
I had studied alumni operations in other parts of the world. I was aware, for example, that some universities abroad, like Harvard, gets about $7 billion every year from alumni. The former governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, told me that his university in Pennsylvania State University, the alumni donate about $4 billion annually every year.
Wow.
Yes. So I was aware of all this, and I know they keep track of their students, and that's what I tried to do when I was Dean. I was able to gather about 1,000 alumni. I went alumni fishing. So when my tenure as DVC had been ended just a few weeks ago, you said one time.
Years ago,
I'm just about 3 weeks old in this office. My tenure ended just a few weeks ago, and when I was asked to come here, I just said, "Wow, it's more like the chickens coming home
to happy." It's true.
It was just like a mandate to go and do for the entire university what you were able to do in the Faculty of Law, and that's what I consider to be my mandate.
Wow, that's really fine. So, sir, and before you assume
off, my happy place.
of course, it's totally radiating in your face already. All right, so, sir, before you assume office as director, what was the modus operandi of the directorate, and now during your tenure, what are we expecting?
I wouldn't know because I haven't really had the time to interact with the former directors who were here.
Okay.
And actually, none of them even stayed for a full term. So I haven't really sat down with them. But from a distance, I could see them during convocation.
Okay.
When they come and induct, the graduates to the alumni, some dues that are being paid by final students when they are doing clearance. I also know that. So, but apart from that, I didn't really see any other amount of robustness on day-to-day basis, as it were, by the alumni director. But we have put some things in place. We are going to be having a prayer session because I believe in prayer. Not that I know that prayer works. I know I've tested it. I've seen it over the years. I know prayer works. And like they say, if there's a man to pray, there's a God to answer. So we're going to be praying every last Friday of the month for our alumni worldwide, that God should bless them, God should protect them, God should keep them. I did that when I was in the Faculty of Law. And I said, look, I told them that if they had any prayer requests, that they could send such requests to us. And it was interesting to see the kind of prayer requests that they sent to us, knowing that no matter how big you are, at the point you know that you need God, in some area of your life, if not all the areas of your life. So we're going to do that, and then once every quarter, we're proposing to have what we call Alumni Day.
Okay.
Where we're going to invite prominent alumnus from somewhere within the country or outside the country, as the case may be. To come and give us a short talk. Then we have used the opportunity to interact with the staff and students, because every student here is a potential alumnus, right?
True.
So we have the goal of creating a culture, an alumni culture, before I leave here, I want to be able to get even the lecturers to imbibe an alumni culture, including even lecturers that didn't graduate from here, so that they can treat these students as potential alumnus, and they always remember how they are treated. In the course of my interacting with the former students in the Faculty of Law, I know what they said about some of the lecturers who have been sitting in the faculty there. So we also want to launch a campaign, to sensitize our lecturers, to treat these our students with some measured and calculated equanimity, so that they will have good memories of the school when they leave. And it will be difficult for you to go to someone who graduated from here to say, look, forge a relationship with your alma mater. So that's what we say campaign, and we hope, to do that. Like I said, do that the period. But even in between the seminars, the other activities that we're going to be engaging in, we're going to be interfacing with all our alumni associations around the country, and some of them will be coming. I'm sure we're going to host many of them because we're going to really motivate them by highlighting the efforts of some of our alumni who have come in here and made their mark. For example, last weekend we hosted they call themselves Unica Doctors of 85.
Okay.
Yeah, they were here.
Yeah, I heard something like that.
Yeah, and you should have heard as a journalist. And they commissioned a mighty reticulated water project for the Faculty of Medicine.
Wow.
In particular, and of course, by logical extrapolation for the University of Calabar.
Yeah.
And before then, they had been doing a lot of things for the school, for this university. They were led by their governor, who was their class rep.
That time.
When they were here. They now call him their governor, ABC Ojako, who is a renowned oil magnate, And they're all doing well in their various fields. Those who are in surgery are doing very well. They came with a psychiatric doctor practitioner who is based in the US. That one even came with his family. And this was a very, very impactful occasion. So that's why we want the whole world to hear about this. We want all our alumni to hear about this. And the aim is to tell them that follow this example. Follow the example of what these other people are doing. Before them, the other alumni who have been here, the geology class of 1998, I can tell you, were around. I happened to know because the Vice-Chancellor had asked me to represent her during their dinner. They came into the faculty, so the department had donated equipment worth about 2 billion naira. Theatre arts also have been coming, just like the Deputy Commissioner said. In fact, the theatre arts people, the international National Alumni Association, when they came in here a few years ago, I was invited as a resource person to speak at their event. And that group have been here, to my knowledge, about 2 times. But I know they've been here more times than that. Well, my class hasn't been here, but they have bought a bus for the faculty of law.
Okay.
Yes, if you see the bus, it's clearly written there, donated by the class of 1982 to 1986. Then last year, the entire graduates of 1986 were here in the school. I'm part of that.
Okay.
That's talking about those who graduated from every department. They were here last year, and we donated books worth about how many millions? About 3 million, to the university. And I know that the 98 set of law have also, done 1 or 2 things here, but we want to see how we can have more of these things happening. If possible, even every month. Some alumni groups will be here doing something.
So, sir,
That's our goal.
Are there any modalities to be put in place before engaging in such, shall I say, social projects like that?
I don't know if I understood you right, but we have a website.
Okay.
Yes, that will be able to generate about. To date, we have about 40,000 names and emails of our alumni around the world. So at one click of the button, we can just reach about
That's
40,000 of them.
wonderful.
Yes. And this information I'm giving you now, I'm going to also send it across to them. But I think for now, the website is down. But hopefully, when the Vice-Chancellor comes back, it should come up because there's some subscription that we have to make.
Okay.
So that's what is in place. And I give kudos to the former directors who were here, who worked in tandem with His Excellency Donald Duke, who is technically speaking an alumnus because he's a recipient of our honorary doctorate. And I'm happy to say that I was the one that read his citation on the day that he was giving the honorary doctorate award. Yes. So he promised that he was going to, his own contribution was to help the university to build a robust alumni platform. And he has kept his word. Has kept his word. So now we have a department here in this alumni directorate that's responsible for strategic fund management. So that Duke makes the contacts. He has been able to make very viable contacts. The most prominent of which is with Lafarge. And the whole discussion was centered around what they wanted to come and do in the university. So that's ongoing. And I know that he has also been able to give us very many other viable contacts. His Excellency did that. So we give him kudos. We appreciate what he's doing. But our goal here is to ensure that we reach out to all our alumni, wherever it may be, to, first of all, acculturalize them, make them see the need for them to keep engaging with their alma mater. The advantages are numerous because when you come, you meet your classmates. You are doing something, you may wish to connect with another classmate who is doing something similar to you in another part of the world. Yeah. So, and we're missing out here quite a lot. And let's do what we know is being done in other parts of the world. But in Nigeria here, we have some universities that have blazed the trail. Uniben is definitely blazing the trail in that direction because I'm told that every year they try to donate about 1 billion naira for the alumni. I know it also has to do with the caliber of persons.
Yeah. True.
But you see, the Obama method for me is very effective because Obama didn't have big donors. But he had small people giving him $5, $10. And mind you, within a short time, they raised about $300 million. You see. So if you have 40,000 alumni, right, simple mathematics, and each one of them can give you just 1,000 naira in a year, that's talking about 400 million naira.
Every year.
Now, if each of them can give you 2,000 naira in 1 year, that's talking about 800 million. If they can give you 5,000 naira, that's talking about 1.3 billion or something in 1 year. So it's a source of revenue for the university that is as yet untapped, or if at all, very minimally tapped. So that's what we're trying to do.
Well, I think it's actually
that source of revenue more viable. But you see, it's not just about going cap in hand to say, give me something. There must be something that you are doing. That's why I want to do this prayer. People say, is it not just prayer? But for me, prayer goes far. Prayer can achieve a lot. You understand? And then we also want to, get them to come here and feel the warmth of their mother, of the alma mater. Some of them that are eligible, give them awards, and just see how to look for novel, creative ways of encouraging them to make them know that we are still concerned about their welfare. Other universities do it. In fact, let me just tell you one story. I don't know how much time you have, but when Clement Song was governor here, I don't think you had been born then.
Okay,
when he was governor here, there was a student from Harvard who came here to do a PhD research. And Harvard University gave him a letter to the governor, Clement Song, because Dr. Clement Song was a student of Harvard. Many years had passed from the time when Clement Song, the governor, was a student at Harvard to when he became governor. Many years had passed. A long time had passed. But they still tracked him and got to know that he had become a governor in a state called Cross State, Nigeria. And when that student decided to do a research on Cross River State, I don't know what research it was, they were able to gave him a letter to say, look, you are lucky one of our former students is a governor in the state. You see. So they track their students, they keep in touch with their students. The Vice-Chancellor of Aju, out of Jarvis University, my good friend, Professor Aninka, told me that he still pays dues to his university in Australia. Donald Duke, the governor, the former governor, His Excellency, also says he still pays dues to his Pennsylvania University. You see. So what did those universities do to maintain that contact with the alumni? You know, that makes this alumni to feel obliged to still support. So I know that's a tall order, but we will try our best. It's not enough to say it's a difficult job. We have the Marine spirit, the American Marine spirit. The American Marines will tell you the difficult we will do today, but the impossible, just give us 24 more hours. So they don't believe there's anything impossible. Just give us more time and we'll get it done for you.
No, would have loved to go on and on because I know the director has a whole lot of things to see. And I think one thing we've taken from what he has said that he's trying to bring back that alumni culture here in University of Calabar where we're getting seeing some things like just come back home that you see. But in this word, come back home, let us feel we want you from what he said. And so far, like you said, sir, we've been getting some links where students have been registering that we have a database now. The school now have a database for alumni students who have graduated there. That is where it's so easy for you to track students who have graduated from the school and has actually just a way of telling them we still need you, we still value you guys. So thank you so much, sir. I definitely know that you're telling you did well as the DVC and then definitely you are now telling you, and then definitely we know you actually do well too as the director of Also, sir, like last one, what do you have to say for definitely let's see the alumni and those potential alumni out there?
Yeah, potential alumni, talking about the students who are here. We want you to know that the university values you. The first year student, the second year student, the third year, final year student, the university values you and intends to continue relating with you even when you leave here. And you also still need this university. No matter what you become tomorrow, they will still come back to this university to look for your records. If you want to become president, you want to become a commissioner, you want to go down society, whatever you want to do, they will still come back here to look for your records and they want us to give a report about you. So that's why it's important for you to maintain this link. Make use of this opportunity that we are creating for you to maintain the relationship. It's symbiotic. It's not just about, they want us to be giving them money. That's not the point. You need us too. You need your alma mater. I still need my alma mater here. I still need, because my records are there and the public will require information about me from time to time. The Code of Conduct Bureau and some other people, they have been coming here to ask questions about us, you see. So there was a time that people came from from Aso Rock looking for some of us who got involved in something, that was were involved in some advocacy. So you can't run away from your alma mater. So that's why I said, the earlier this relationship is forged, the better for every one of us. See.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. All right, so that was just the media briefing with the incumbent director of the director of Alumni Affairs here at University of Calabar, and he has said a whole lot of things about it. So don't forget, this is Unica Radio International, #1 Edu Infotainment Radio Station, live here in the prestigious University of Calabar. Don't forget to follow us on our Facebook. We are Unica Radio International. On Twitter, we are Unica Rain 1, and then on Instagram, we are Unica Rain 1. Nsikaribat, Unica Radio.
Entertainment extravaganza, only on Unica Radio International, Edutainment 360.